Good morning, y'all, and thank you for joining in today's show. I am so happy to have you listening today. This is Dana from DAS Financial Aid Consulting Services and Financial Aid Compliance Solutions. And let's talk financial aid for college. And I'm so excited. I have a very special guest host, Theresa Harris, also known as Scholarship Momma of Harris College Counseling in Chicago, Illinois. She will be joining me shortly. While we get connected, I would like to just go over some updates from the Department of Education that have occurred over the last couple of weeks. Now, as you may or may not know, we are currently waiting for a bill to be passed. And the bill that is currently being reviewed in the House of Representatives in Congress will also have some funding that is in for Pell Grants up to 2024. So I want to say hello to my co-host, Theresa. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I am so excited to have you on today. I can't wait to hear all about the services that you have to offer our students and their families.
Oh, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on this Friday. Thank you for sharing me with your listeners. Listeners, thank you for joining us this Friday. I am super excited, super geeked to talk about what I do and how I can help college bound families find the right fit, right match college.
Awesome. I know you've been very busy. I saw that you were in North Dakota, a couple weeks ago?
I was doing a college tour, the University of North Dakota, beautiful campus in North Dakota, and I had the amazing opportunity to go out there and visit that campus, walk that campus, just a gorgeous campus.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So tell me all about Harris College Counseling.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. I am the co-founder of Harris College Counseling. Um, I like to say I am a college success counselor. I'm guiding college bound families through the college selection process. In other words, we find colleges together. This is a collaborative process with the family and me, and we find colleges together. But I want to give some background about me, just a little bit about me and where I come from and what I used to do and how I'm bringing that expertise to a college success counselor. So, some background information about me: I have a master's degree in higher education, and I worked in higher ed for 20 years as a financial aid administrator. I had the amazing opportunity to work alongside admissions and academics. And then I also worked alongside regulatory as well, helping creating documents for the organization so we can ensure that students understand the requested information that the college was asking students to submit. I've had the amazing opportunity to also to be a liaison with the Department of Education when they came in and audited the schools. I worked alongside the Department of Ed on behalf of the schools to craft documents to and language to ensure, that we were meeting the federal regulations. So what
Mhm.
I'm doing now with Harris College Counseling, I'm bringing my inside knowledge from higher ed to help college-bound families find the right fit, right match college. Our number one goal is for students to be happy with the college choice they make today, 10 years from now. So that's a little bit about me.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
I
I
know that we were
know that we were
collaborating
collaborating
together,
together.
doing those Insta video or conversations, I should say, regarding the scholarships, and then Harris College Counseling was kind of birthed, I think over the summer. Is that correct?
That's correct. Let me say one thing. I miss our Instas. We had so much fun.
I
Yeah, but
know.
yeah, the answer to your question, yes, Harris College Counseling was birthed over the summer. So that we've been actually, I guess, a business probably for a few months, but I've been doing this for years. And so that's like what I said. I'm bringing my inside expertise from working in higher ed to help college bound families.
Yes. So, as part of your service, you also help with showing your students and families the opportunities of what they have available to them through scholarships as well. Correct?
That is correct. And so, yes, we can find the right college, but we also have to finance our college education. And so, that's one of the services I do offer, or that's included, shall I say, in my
Hmm.
comprehensive package. And when I work with seniors, sprint to finish package, we find scholarships and we find detailed scholarships. And so when I say detail, we want to strategically match the student with the type of scholarships that they qualify for. So we send a questionnaire to students and we ask them maybe about a good 10 questions, a little bit about them, their background. And then that's how my team go out and we find scholarships for students and for families to apply to. And then we also share we're strategic. So when I say we're strategic, we develop a strategy for them because you can find a lot of scholarships for students, and there are out there. I just want to say there are scholarships are out there. You don't have to be an A student to qualify for a scholarship. But we also share a strategy with students about applying for the scholarships. So now you got the scholarships, what to do next. We realize that students are super busy, super crazy. Life is busy. We get it. Extracurricular activities. Some students working. And so you have to have a strategy to apply for those scholarships. And so we share a strategy with them as well. So we can make sure that they apply for all the scholarships that we find for them.
That's awesome. I do have one question. Is the service provided to those that are going to, say, technical schools as well, or is it mainly those that are going to 2 year and 4 year colleges?
Great question. Technical school as well, because guess what? Post secondary education does include technical school. And I'm so glad you asked that because a lot of times when we talk about post secondary, a lot of people think it's college, but it's actually technical school, career school as well, in addition to 2 year and 4 year college. So thank you for asking that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. As you know, I'm a huge advocate for career and technical schools as well as the 2 year and 4 year, but I really try to shine those career school and technical school options as well. So I also wanted to ask you if someone was interested in your service, how would they contact you?
Great question. So I like to direct my students and families to my website. My website is harriscollegecounseling.com. HARRIS college COLLEGECOUNSELIN.com. .ng.
Awesome.
Look, I actually chopped that up. Is this going to be in the show notes?
That's quite all right. I have I'll be doing a description, so we can put that on there for everybody as well.
Thank you. They can also call me as well. I do have a telephone number that they definitely can reach out to me. That
Okay.
number is 800 705 1910.
Well, that's a great number to have because that's pretty easy to remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, do you have any upcoming? I know that you have a few like seminars, workshops that y'all have been collaborating on or actually hosting. Do you have any of those coming up this month?
So, not workshops. I am preparing for Black Friday. I wanted to share that special with your listeners. Is that okay?
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, sure.
Yes. And so I am preparing for Black Friday. So, to all of your listeners, if you use this code DAS, I will give you 20% off of my Black Friday deal. This deal is particular to seniors. So, senior families, it is my sprint to finish package. And I realize that seniors are on the run. They are on the run and they are ready to go in terms of getting a college. And so I am offering 20% off of that's going to be my Black Friday special. And I want to work with families of seniors who need that extended support to help them get to the finish line. And so, what does that include? Some of the things that include, we're going to create a roadmap. And I have a roadmap for senior families of seniors. And that includes like helping you with your essay. The early decision process has passed in most cases and is coming up. For some schools, it is in mid November. But regular decision, a lot of schools, that's in January, mid January, and some in early February. And so I want to work with those families who are still making a decision. And so we're going to work with you with your essays. We're going to work with you in the college selection process. We're going to do a lot of research because I realize that families are super busy and they don't have time to research the college. So that's how we help. We come in and we research the colleges. We help you find scholarships. We give you a strategy to apply for those scholarships. And so, like I said, when I first came on the show, we
Mhm.
find colleges together. And so, if your listeners contact me at harriscollegecounseling.com, and my number is 800 705 1910. uh, using the code DAS, you get
Mhm.
20% off.
Wonderful. The other question I had for you, and I believe this is part of your service as well, is that you do go over the award letters too, or the offers. That's the change, the terminology, the offers from the schools with the families. Is that correct?
That is correct. Another great question. And so, families, a lot of our colleges are doing what we call passive financial aid award letter notifications. What does that mean? That means that they email the families with the financial aid that you qualify for. But what I'm finding out and what I know as a financial aid administrator is that families don't understand the financial aid award letter. And so that's what I do. I also go over the financial aid award letter with you, and I also tell you what questions to ask financial aid. One of the questions that families really should be asking financial aid will the tuition increase, because guess what? That impacts your child when they go to college the next year. And you want to be prepared to pay the difference or find more scholarships as well. Or maybe your child will have a federal work study or work themselves. So that's some of the things that I talk about. So yes, I do go with a financial aid award letter, and I help families to understand the financial aid award letter. How much in loans you possibly might be borrowing if that's the decision that you decide to go as a family as well. But those are some of the things that I do. So yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Because as you know, working in this industry, we do have a little bit of an issue when it comes to uh, the cost of the cost of college, I should say, and how you're going to afford it. And a lot of times it's just shooting from the hip for the students and the families because they really don't know all the resources that are out there. So I really love that you're providing that service to the students and their families. I do have also another question. Is your service nationwide or is it just centralized to a certain area?
It is nationwide. I am located in the Chicagoland area, but we do a lot of virtual meetings. and we have a mutual agreement between the families on when to meet. So it is nationwide as well. So I am outside of the Chicagoland area. I've actually worked with students all over the world, to be honest with you, now that I think about it. So that is another great question. Thank you for asking that.
Oh, more than welcome. I'm more than happy to get the word out that because we do have listeners going from the gamut. I've had actually one listener that is from India that comes in quite frequently on the show. So it's great to be able to help all students from around the world. Do you have any advice for students currently? Because I know there's a big push right now for completing the 2022-2023 FAFSA. And I have seen the tips that have been sent out from federal student aid on how to complete the FAFSA, but I've also seen some comments on social media from parents and students that the website hasn't been as user friendly as they had hoped. So, do you have any suggestions for completing those FAFSAs?
Well, my suggestion is that's unfortunate. So I am sorry to hear that's happening now, but I know every year that the Department of Ed around in October and November do have a lot of hiccups with the FAFSA because a lot of families are completing the FAFSA. Families,
Mm-hmm.
please remain diligent, remain committed to completing the FAFSA. The FAFSA is the first step in help to help pay for college. Let me say that. And so, if you are having problems, please do not get frustrated. Complete the FAFSA. Let me say that. Another thing
Yeah.
also I tell families, I've been hearing a lot from families in terms of they don't qualify for food. And I really want to bust a myth here. Why you might not qualify for any Pell grants or any state grants. Loans is a form of financial aid. And so that is part of the Department of Ed portfolio. Loans are part of financial aid. So you most than likely will qualify for loans. But if you don't complete the FAFSA, you really take yourself out of the running as a family for receiving institutional aid because a lot of institutionals want families to complete the FAFSA. What do I mean by institutional aid? That is money that the school is giving out. And so a lot of schools want families to complete the FAFSA. If applying for private scholarships, a lot of scholarship providers want families to complete the FAFSA. So if you're a family that feels like that you don't qualify for any, this is the term that most families use, free money, you're taking yourself out the running of receiving other types of grants or scholarships. So complete the FAFSA. The FAFSA do have a 1-800 number, and I'm pulling that up now. That if you're having any problems, you can call them. They are very helpful with completing, with assisting families with completing the FAFSA. I also want to say if you're in certain states, I know Illinois is one of them. Uh, early states, I think North Dakota is one of them too,
Mm-hmm.
where if they have deadlines for state grants. And so there is a handful of states out here that have deadlines for state grants. You definitely want to complete the FAFSA if you live in those states. Right now, I can't remember them all, but I know Illinois and North Dakota. I think Texas is one of them as well. They
Yeah.
ask families for
Yeah.
FAFSA. So you definitely, if you live in one of those states, you want to complete the FAFSA because you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to receive state grants as well. So I want to say that too. And then the unfortunately, I cannot locate this number to the Department of Ed. I do apologize for that. But is that
No.
something that you put in the show notes?
Yeah. Let me see if I can. They have a help center on the website, so I'm trying to bring that up right now. See if that can help with some of those questions. I'm glad though that you did mention that there are some, you do need to complete it sooner rather than later for those particular states. Um, because I do know that on the PDF form, if you bring that up, you're able to actually see the list of the states that are requiring you to complete it early. Let's see, that help center. The one thing I, I wish they would do is just make it right at the top of their form. You know what I'm saying? Or their website. It
Yeah.
would be it would be a little bit easier for them to for contacting. But the contact us, just got to that section. Um, and again, they don't. I don't see the 800 number. They have a visit feedback center. But what I'll do is I will get that information and I will post that to my social media to help everyone be able to access that information. Is there anything else you'd like to provide for information while we are on the air?
Yeah, I just want to tell families you don't have to stress about the college application process. I am here as a college success advisor to help you with this roadmap, to navigate it for you, to help you navigate this college application process. I know that it's a stressful time for families. I hear you, I see you, but know that Harris College Counseling is here to help you during this process. I found the number.
Oh, super.
Okay, so the number is 1-800-433-3243.
Okay. Thank you so much for providing that. I'm sure that will be very helpful to our students and their families while if they have any questions to be able to contact the department directly, I should say. So, well, Theresa, I want to thank you again for making time to come on the show. I am very happy that we were able to do this, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. And remember my Black Friday special, which you can take advantage of now. Mention DAS, the listeners, and receive 20% off.
Super.
You,
Well, thank you again, Theresa. I hope you have a wonderful day.
you as well. Bye bye.
Bye. So, students and families, I want to thank you again for joining me. And as I was saying at the beginning of the show, while we were waiting to connect with Theresa, the Department of Education funding is in the package that, or the bills, I should say, that are trying to be passed right now through the House of Representatives. Now, having said that, there is a process that goes along with this. This is going to be, the vote is slated at some particular time. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen today or if it will happen because this has been going on for quite a few weeks, as many of you may know. But this then will go to the Senate, and the Senate will need to also pass the bill. And I just want to say that as far as the bill itself goes, I do know that there was several additions added to the 2000 plus bill last night. And also, there has to be a CBO rating uh, for the actual bill. And until that all comes together, that bill will be held up, is basically what I'm saying. So um, just stay tuned. I will give you as much information as I can once we figure out how things are progressing. And as always, thank you again for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email address is danderson at dasfinancialaidconsultingservices.com. You can find me on social media at DAS Financial Aid Consulting Services on my Facebook page. I have a LinkedIn account. That's under my name, Dana Anderson. And I also have a business page under there for financial aid compliance solutions, where I help financial aid professionals navigate their way through the Department of Ed's regulations that govern over the financial aid process. So, thank you again. Have a great weekend, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.